The worst part about this film is Ben Kingsley.
No! No, 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 no! No! No, 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 no!
I'm just kidding, he's great. Every one of his scenes is pure gold.
Like a leather man, your skin. You can make a fucking suitcase out of you, old all.
He's kind of like if you took Ray Fiennes' character from In Bruges, cut down his mental age, and turned up his crazy.
You're an inanimate fucking object!
It's actually quite strange how childlike and insane he is at times. This is a man who watches TV in the dark in his pants and uses the phrase front bottom.
Someone's touched me. Touched my front bottom.
Between Sexy Beast and The Dictator, Ben Kingsley really doesn't shy away from any opportunity to flex his acting skills in a totally new way. What he brings here with Don Logan is this cocaine-fueled psychopath who absolutely dominates any scene he's in. Every conversation with him is a psychological battle.
Listen, Gal, I've missed my plane. I'm staying the night. Is that all right with you? Of course. I fucked her.
And this is just as much down to Ben Kingsley's skills as it is the watertight script, which apparently wasn't improvised at all.
No, 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 no!
He constantly makes and then breaks his own rules,
Are you swearing? I'm not swearing. Fuck off, wanker cunt.
so that everyone around him is terrified of saying the wrong thing, which they usually do. There are so many examples of calculated abuse from Don in this film that it's scary to think what real-life suffering was the basis for it. It's easy to look at a scene like this and think, that has happened to someone. Probably happens to lots of people, all the time. So in a way there's almost guilt in being so captivated by this character. It's a similar emotion you feel when watching something like A Clockwork Orange or Breaking Bad. We want to see these nasty characters do nasty things, and I think part of the reason for that is because it's a film and a story, we expect them to get their comeuppance. Every terrible thing that these characters do will ultimately contribute to their downfall, and because they're on a path to screwing themselves over, we don't have to feel bad about enjoying the ride. Don Logan is a significant figure in the London underworld. He's obviously not in the same league as someone like Teddy, but he's a sneaky little what's-it who gets things done for the bigwigs up top. The source of his power is his relentless attack that constantly leaves you second-guessing yourself and feeling small.
No, yes, I can't.
You can.
I can't.
That cunt.
Don, don't do this.
Do what?
Look.
What am I doing?
I don't know if you could actually bluff your way out of airport security so easily, but this is still a great scene. I almost get the vibe that the officer takes pity on what he correctly takes to be an unhinged lunatic, and that's the reason he lets him go. A couple of times in the film, we get a little peek behind the curtain of Don Logan's ego, and what we find is someone with deep insecurities. This is likely a very lonely man, whose only experience of love was a night of possibly less than consensual action with Jackie, which she seems keen to forget about, even if she was so into it as to put her
Finger up my bum.
But the way he interrupts his own murder to call out to Jackie that he loves her,
I love you.
makes me think that there was something genuine there. Obviously just from him, and at the risk of using the old cliches, he probably had a bad relationship with his parents. That's what I learned in school. Behind every bully is a bigger bully. And Ben Kingsley said as much in interviews. He's also said he based a lot of the character of Don Logan on his tyrannical grandmother, who was a violent and racist matriarch. Kingsley got an Oscar nomination for his performance as Don Logan, and it's very clearly deserved. I don't care too much about the Oscars, but it's nice to see small and quirky films getting attention, and it's very refreshing to see actors go for these roles that most wouldn't touch, even if occasionally that film is Prince of Persia. But if you ever felt inspired to watch that film, you can at least appreciate Ben Kingsley's out there screen presence, and then go see a GP. His casting was initially meant as a subversion of expectations. So originally Ray Winston was going to play Don Logan, and then the role was offered to Gary Oldman. The goal was to take someone less physically intimidating, and then give them this insane presence to juxtapose the actor's previous work. Kingsley was well known for Gandhi at this point, so it's quite a shock watching it for the first time. This was similar to how Bryan Cranston was originally seen as a wild card for Walter White. Executives couldn't get past seeing him as the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, and Vince Gilligan really had to twist their arms to give Cranston a shot. During production, Kingsley apparently brought out all the method actor tricks, like showing up to set in character and scaring half the crew. But instead of it being a complete misfire like Jared Leto's Joker impersonation, we come away with something that holds up, is memorable, and really makes you want to watch the film again.